Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we'll talk about food biotechnology and we'll talk about one of the important aspects for food biotechnology. So let's get started. So in this video, we'll talk about food storage and all of its methods and the activities that takes place in food storage. So with this, so talking about some of the functions and features of food storage which can be started from crop protection. All right, so we'll start from crop protection and this is how we'll start off this video. Let's get familiar with storage structures and how it is carried out. So for storage structures, so to cope with the current and future demands of the increasing population for the food grains, it is emphasized to reduce this loss of food during and after harvest. So definitely this is one of the important aspect that needs to be taken care with the increasing population day by day, and the wastage of food needs to be minimized. Also, food grains are stored for varying periods to ensure proper and balanced public distribution throughout the year. All right. So also, post-harvest losses in India are estimated to be around 10%, of which losses during storage alone are estimated to be 6.58%. So, considering particularly about India, the storage losses or the post-harvest losses are pretty much high. But with the advent of improved agricultural technology, the farmers can afford to store the grains for longer period with minimum losses. So we'll discuss about the different methods for longer periods of storage, which would also ensure minimum losses at the same time. So moving on with talking about some of the steps for the best storage performance of storage. Also, so for the best storage performance, the produce must be thoroughly cleaned and graded. Also, it should be dried to the safe storage moisture level of around 10 to 12% for food grains and 7 to 9% for oil seeds for a safe storage period of 6 to 12 months. Also, storage structures should be properly repaired, cleaned and disinfected. The structure should bear the load of grains stored and do not permit contact exchange with outside humid air. Also, structure should be constructed in the coolest part of the house or the farm. So, talking about some of the ideal storage facility that should satisfy the following requirements. So, it should provide maximum possible protection from the ground moisture, rain, insect pests. Also, it should provide the necessary facility for inspection, disinfection, loading, unloading, cleaning, and reconditioning. Also, it should protect grain from excessive moisture and temperature favorable to both insect and mold development. Also, it should be economical and suitable for particular situation. So these are some of the main reasons. These are basically very common reasons that you might be familiar with. So these are some of the very much common reasons that can be avoided with proper storage system. And with this, so talk about some of the methods that the processes can be carried out. So grains can be stored in bulk or in bags. So there are different sort of bags there where which grains can be stored. So talking about one of the bags which is bulk open storage. So bulk open storage is the farm products are sometimes stored in surface structures in a loose form. It is preferred over bag storage for the following reasons. So large quantities of food grain can be stored. Also no difficulty in loading and unloading of grains. Also no need to purchase storage containers like gunnies, and insect incidence is less than bag storage. Even this can be eliminated by fumigation in situ. Also, it avoids wastage from leaking bags. Also, it has easy inspection, saves labor and time. So these are some of the important aspects for storage in open. So these are carried out in mainly houses or rooms where we particularly do not need any particular bags where these grains can be stored, but just a proper temperature needed room where large amount of grains can be stored just like that. So moving on. So talking about the bag storage system. So bag storage system, the storage farm products are stored after placing them in gunny bags made up of jute. So talking about some of the advantages, this method could be incorporated because some of the advantages would be each bag contains a definite quantity which can be bought, sold and dispatched without difficulty. Also bags are easy to load or unload. and also infested bags can be removed and treated easily. Also, problem of the sweating of grains do not arise because of the surface of the bags exposed to the atmosphere. So these are some of the important aspects for bag storage. With this, so I have provided here the YouTube links for food grains through scientific methods, or basically storage of food grains through scientific methods. So you can just type the, so you can see the links and just type it on your URL, and you have the URL, right? And you can just watch the videos. So these are two videos that I found that would be handy. Moving on with this. So moving for the storage structures used by the farmers are gunny bags of different capacities. So different capacities can be 35, 50, 75, 100 kgs with or without inside. Also it has plastic linings, mud bins having 10, 100 to 1000 kg capacity, baked earthen containers of 5 to 100 kg capacity, in heaps on flat floors in the corner of houses, bamboo structures, wooden bins, and underground structures. So these are some of the storage structures used by farmers. So these are many sort of storage structures depending on the yield, depending on how much they grow, how much they get, depending on the amount they hire and they sell of. So depending on the capacity, these are designed. So moving on with the first type, which is the bamboo structure. So bamboo structure is making split bamboo woven in the form of a cylinder with wide base and narrow mouth. Also, some of the items where the bamboo structure can store is paddy, wheat, sorghum, and capacities around 500 kgs. And some of the remarks would be it has a shelf life of about 4 to 5 years, and weight loss due to insect attack is 5% in paddy and 15% in sorghum. So it's pretty much safe, I would say, and pretty much provides that resistance for insects and other pests. This, so talking about the next method that we have here is the mud and earthen structures. So it is made in a 3:3:1 ratio of clay, straw, and cow dung. So the earthen structures are made through sun drying and then burnt in fire. Also, some of the items that it can store is paddy, wheat, sorghum, oil seeds, and pulses. Capacity is 5 to 10 quintal, and it has a shelf life of about 8 to 10 years. Also, during rainy season, it develops cracks and moisture absorption followed by insect and mold infestation. So this is another method that we have here, which is the mud and the earthen structures. So talking about the next method that we have is the wooden structures. So it is made up of local wood which is painted black, and it has a dimension of about 30 into 20 inlet, and at the bottom it has a dimension of about 30 into 15 outlet is provided. The item it can mainly store is paddy, and it has a capacity of about 10 quintals, and it has a massive shelf life of about 15 to 20 years, and it's neither airtight nor moisture proof. So that's a drawback for wooden structures as well. So it's not neither airtight nor moisture proof. So moving on with this. So then we have the brick structures here. So it is made up of rectangular structures built as a part of the house and has high initial cost and not insect and moisture proof. So next we'll study about underground structures that we have here. So it's made up of circular pits which vary from 100 to 400 centimeters in depth and 50 to 100 centimeters at neck and 250 to 300 centimeters at bottom. So it's for filling and emptying. There is an opening at the top. So there's an opening on the top where we can fill it and take all the things that are present inside. So we can empty and fill at the same time from the opening at the top. Also, before filling, the sides and the bottom are packed with straw and husk, and after filling the pit, it is again covered with straw, stone, and finally with mud. And some of the items that it can store is cereals mainly, and it has capacity of about 100 to 200 quintals, so it's quite big. And some of the remarks that we have here is it's safe against insects, but loss of seed viability and handling difficulties made it out of date. So it's pretty much out of date that it says. So, and these are some of the common storage methods. So let's just keep this video till here. I'll be back with another video very soon. So if you like this video, please give this video a big thumbs up, and thanks for watching.